Well, I'm glad to be with you once again. Kind of a surprise. Remember, last week I told you that we would be in recess this week. Well, you can't really predict the future around the United States Senate. It happens that we didn't finish up what needed to be finished up last week, so we're called back here this week. So maybe we'll get a recess for part of this week, but not all of this week. So it may limit the amount of time that I'm in Iowa to hold some of the meetings that I already have scheduled. Hopefully not, because most of those are scheduled towards the latter part of this week. I'm surely glad to be with you once again on Ask Chuck webcast. It gives you a chance through email, tweeting, or Facebook to ask me questions. So we'll go to those questions now, and I thank you very much for these questions. The first question comes from Aaron in Ankeny. He tweets, "Please let us know how the crops look." Well, the crops look pretty good, but I don't have any report on exactly how harvest is statewide or on the Grassley farm. I believe that we're going to start harvesting this week, and maybe next week I can give you a report. I think, though, that we're going to find, because of the pollination being very difficult because of the very hot July, that we're going to get probably 10, 15 bushel corn less per acre than what we anticipated, maybe the way the crop looked about the 4th of July. On soybeans, I think the soybean crop will be pretty good, but here's where in the northern part of the state it might be hurt to some degree because there was an early frost, probably stunning bean maturity to some extent. How much, we don't know at this point. But I think we're still going to end up with pretty good corn and soybean crops considering historical averages anyway. Maybe the third largest corn crop, and I don't know about the bean crop at this point. Thank you very much, Aaron, for your question. Now I'll go to the second question. Facebook, Richard of Des Moines asks, quote, "Chuck, couldn't the Justice Department order $12 muffins and $6 cup of coffee instead of $16 muffins and $8 cups of coffee? I mean, some people have to go to the food pantry to get food these days. It's tantamount to ridiculous." Well, all I can say is I agree 100% with you, and I think my appearances on CNN and NBC last week expressing how outrageous this was, I'm in complete agreement with you. And also I'm happy to know, don't know what the results will be, but happy to know that the White House, through a president's directive, have ordered all people in charge of this sort of sponsoring and planning for conferences to make sure that this is reviewed and doesn't happen again. If he does, it will save, I'm sure, millions of dollars throughout the government. It might not save hundreds of millions of dollars, but how do you save money? You save $1 at a time, just like how do you eat 10,000 marshmallows? You eat one at a time. So pretty soon pennies add up to dollars, and dollars adds up to great big savings. Thank you very much. Now to go to what we do this week. Hopefully it's going to be a short week and get the continuing resolution, which is the appropriations for next year, underway so we can start the fiscal year without shutting down government. There's a dispute now between the House and Senate, but I think it'll be resolved, and I hope that I can report to you a week from now that it was resolved successfully. If not, you'll continue to hear us being in session all week long instead of a short part of this week. Next week, I invite you to webcast Ask Chuck and send your questions by Twitter, Facebook, or email. Thank you very much.